Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another video. This is Dashall Rose here. I am back with another review. Another review on Angry Birds this time, the sequel. And not just any Angry Birds, I'm referring to the Angry Birds movies, the CGI ones. I don't know if they made any animated ones. But you know what, I feel like it's only fair to kind of, review this one. I reviewed the first one. This one, unlike the first one, was actually produced in all under Sony. I guess the other one wasn't, I don't know if I brought that up or not in that video. But apparently this one was. So I kind of want to talk about this and whatnot. And I do want to apologize, as you guys see here too, the cards are messed up. Apparently, I messed this up because I didn't save. The cards and all that. Like one of the cards slides, so it's kind of messed up. I would go and fix it, but I'd have to redo the whole thing, and I'm kind of behind on this stuff. Because I don't think I got any reviews done last week and all, and I'm trying to get this stuff done so I can move on to, the Disney movies down the road and other projects. So, yeah, it's just going to be messed up for this one video. Hopefully it won't be like this again, and I do want to apologize. I've also been not sleeping very well and all that, so, But, yeah, I messed up the title cards. That's why I'm showing this instead of, the cards themselves. So, anywho, let's go ahead and get into this anyway. So, well, I guess before I do, please subscribe to my channel, of course, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. There I can keep you guys up with some some data and news and all that. So I thought there were some people already following me on Twitter, but apparently those were bots. They were not real people. I think they were bots. Let's just say they were showing me some I don't want to really say this, but some like they were showing me some porn things and all that, and that's not and I'm like what is this, and all that. I know what it is, but why is it showing me that? So I don't know if it's bots or real people, but I flat out said that this is not a place where I follow that stuff and all that. I don't even like watching that kind of stuff as it is, but just to have it on there and all that, it's just kind of I don't know. It's not really a place where I'm wanting to, because I'm having people come from YouTube and all that. So I don't want people different age groups seeing that stuff. So even though my audience is technically mostly adults, I still don't need people, seeing that kind of stuff, on there. So, anywho, now that I said all that, I know that's kind of a weird thing to talk about, but that did kind of happen, so I gotta be careful who I follow, I guess, but I don't want anybody doing that kind of stuff on there, so anywho, let's go ahead and get into the video. Let's go ahead and talk about Angry Birds 2, the movie. So, Angry Birds 2. The first one, I've heard mixed opinions on the first movie. I heard it's kind of mixed and all that. And I think the first one was still pretty good. I didn't think it was a great movie. I did have some problems with it. I think the humor was kind of, mixed and all that. It was kind of hit or miss, and I still kind of felt bad for Ray in that, or not Ray, Red in that movie, because he's basically just trying to do nice things that people won't appreciate it, so he had to go to anger management class and all that. It was kind of kind of, frustrating, and then he had to, and then he got the whole, pigs and all that were introduced and all that. So it was a prequel to, the Angry Bird franchise, which was pretty cool, but like I said, it had its problems. And then we have the second movie. Yeah, the second movie. And the second movie, honestly, I'm gonna say right now, I think this movie's alright. I think it's alright. It's got some problems with it too. I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a score and just get that out of the way. So you guys don't have to look at this card thing here, but this movie is getting a 82 points. So kind of a mid-good, in my opinion. And my thing is, this movie, I feel like, also has some problems with it, too. It's really ironic how both movies are suffering with the same problems. But the first movie and this movie both, I feel like the humor, again, is kind of hit or miss. I like the parts where, the big red bird and his wife had their kids trying to, well, I guess one of them, because I think the others are just their friends, are playing Angry Birds with toys and all that, and they end up losing the eggs and all that. I like that side plot there. I do like that. It's pretty nice. And then I do like there's a scene where we get to see Mighty Eagle's backstory and all that, and I like the whole reference to the Blockbuster and all that. Instead of Blockbuster, it's called actually I forgot what it was called, but you could tell it was Blockbuster. It was really funny and all that. It was funny, and all that, and it definitely brought back memories with those kind of places for me, because being able to see Blockbuster and all that was kind of nice. I mean, even though there's one still right now that's open, they're not all over the place like they were in the past, And then there's also the scene where they're inside of a bird and all that, and I really like they make it pretty funny and all that, and But yeah, the humor is just kind of hit or miss for me and all that, like the first movie. I think it's hit or miss. And I don't know, tell you what, it's not just the humor that's the problem with this movie. It's also, I will say, I don't like how they freaking retcon Mighty Eagle's kind of story too. I mean, giving him a backstory, I guess, was kind of cool and all that. But the first movie, I felt like he was more portrayed as this bird that's been around for, he's been around, for a long time. But apparently, it states in this movie he was in the 90s, and he was in love with this bird and all that. Who, by the way, she's the villain of the movie. She's the villain of the movie. And basically, they kind of retcon the first movie, I feel like. Because the first movie, I felt like, was more so, he was more so the hero and all that. And I guess he still could have maybe he could have still been and all that. And maybe that was just in between stuff. But I don't know, I just kind of felt like he was more of they make him more of a coward in this movie. Where he, flies away and all that, and instead of facing his problems, where I felt like the first movie, the whole point of him, his character was, was to tell, he was goofy, yeah, he was goofy, but he was to tell, Red and all that, to make them, go face their fear, so, and all that, so they have faith in themselves, which that beats the whole purpose of his character in the second movie. Because the second movie, he doesn't even do that. He just runs away. I mean, he comes back, but he runs away. And all that. And now I will say marriage having marriage, like, that would be kind of a big thing, and I could get some people maybe nervous about it, but like just leave your your love interest and all that out in the rain and all that, like by herself and all that. And apparently she had a kid too, so Mighty Eagle apparently and her had a kid, and she was all alone taking care of him. So it kind of ruins his character a little bit, I feel like, and all that, and there's also some gross out scenes. Like, I don't think there's probably as many as the first movie. The first movie, has like that whole scene where we gotta have Chuck and Bomb like drinking water, spitting it in their mouths, and then Mighty Eagle taking a piss in the water for like a minute. This movie doesn't have all that, but it has like scenes like where they're like eating snot and all that, pig snot and all that, and my god, it is freaking gross. Like, it is gross. I'm sorry, it is gross. Even talking about it just makes me kind of feel, like it just makes me, feel sick to my stomach just talking about it. It's gross. And all that, and I guess can't understand, why they think that stuff's funny and all that. Like, I just don't get it. To be fair though, like, we had like SpongeBob have constant gross out humor too in other cartoons, so I guess it's not surprising, but still, it doesn't make it funny, it makes it just gross. But it's just gross and all that, and there's just stuff like that kind of hurts the movie, but besides those complaints, I still think this movie, it does still have its funny moments, like I mentioned and all that, and then with the eagle and all that, where they were dressed up as a bird and all that, and then I do like seeing, them team up with the pigs to take down a bigger threat. Some people were complaining about, like, how these movies and all that were, basically they were, the movies were basically trying to, what they should have, focused on maybe a game plot or something, because a lot of the Angry Birds, they actually, have a lot of different games and all that, and they take place in different, like, universes and all that, so there's, like, one that takes place in space and all that, and then you got Angry Birds, Star Wars, and all that, but, I mean, number one, these movies are not canon. I feel like they're their own thing, they're their own thing, and number two, I can understand kind of why they probably didn't do some of this stuff, because some of the stuff's, like, copyrighted. I mean, they used to team up, I hear, with Rio, which was Blue Sky, and then Star Wars and all that, but, not Disney, Disney owns, Fox and all that now, and honestly, trying to work with Disney, honestly, that'd be kind of a pain in the ass. Like, they're probably one of the most stubborn companies out there to work with. I don't know if I would say they're the most stubborn one, but they're definitely out there. There's a reason why a lot of people don't want to work with them, because, they're stubborn. So that's probably why they probably won't want to do that either, and all that. So I can kind of get that. And I mean, there are games out there too that are like just their own thing, where they're not crossing over with other stuff, but still, it's just kind of one of those things, that is kind of, it's just kind of one of those things that would be kind of cool to have, but I don't see it happening. And if it does, I feel like it would just cause chaos, because, again, Disney owns they own a lot of products, and people trying to work with them and trying to make products, it's really hard, it's really hard, it's just, it's annoying. I mean, but the good news is, I hear they're making a third movie, and they are taking that concept people do want, with the space effect and all that. So that could be cool. I don't know what that one will be about. That'd be kind of interesting, but to have like it take place in space, I do think that could be kind of cool. But so I mean, I guess people are getting their wishes because yeah, they should have mentioned that. I mean, they are making a third one too. You know, I don't remember when it's supposed to come out, but they are making a third one, and it's supposed to have, you know, I think we saw the trailer, so I'm assuming it might come out next year. Because usually when they release a trailer, it comes out not too long, like, after the trailers, so, that would be kind of nice, you know. Unless I have to push it back for some reason, but it's a popular movie, and I don't know if they'll push it back. But, I mean, to be fair, I don't know how many times they push back, like, the Mario movie and all that, and that movie was, you know, already pretty much done and all that. It ended up becoming a good movie. I did a review on it in my Illumination playlist, if you want to check that out. Yeah, I went and reviewed a lot of Illumination movies, too, and, I actually never finished that because, well, there was a couple. Well, I finished it at the time when that's all that was released, but there were more that came out, you know, afterwards. But I'm reviewing what's out right now, and then I'll come back to these studios later and review more because there are other projects like even there is one last film I could review from Blue Sky too, and all. Even though they said they got shut down too, and all that. So yeah, I mean, well, they have another one. Well, they had Adventures of Buck Wild, and all that too. Which I guess technically, like when they got shut down, they did have that. But they do have another film. That's I think it's Nimona or something like that. I hear it's a really good movie, and I want to check it out. But the Ice Age movie that was not under Blue Sky, and then the other movie, they're making apparently a sixth movie too, which technically should be the seventh movie, but I guess because Adventures of Buck Wild is a spin-off movie, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'm probably gonna talk about that in my own video, like probably later on today. So, because I'm not very happy about it, but yeah, I don't know, but yeah, but movies like that, though, yeah, like I said, I'll come back to these studios later and review a lot of them. Like I said, I'm just reviewing what I have right now, you know. But yeah, I don't know. But like I said too, this movie though, I feel like the third one will probably come out probably next year and all that, but I don't know if I'll be getting to it right off the bat or not, but I'm kind of picturing it. It's probably going to be the same as these two. It'll probably have some mixed humor and all that, and all that. I'm not saying it's always a bad thing, but I kind of wish they would focus more on humor that actually works and not humor that doesn't work. You know, that's something I would really like. But I don't know if I have really much else to say about really this movie. I don't know, this movie definitely, I still think it's definitely good. I think it's definitely better than the first movie. The first movie was a bit more frustrating with moments. This movie, I think, is better. I will say though, I don't like how they again retconned Mad Eagle's story, but otherwise, yeah, I think this movie definitely is better. The humor, I don't know if the humor is as good as the first movie, but I think this movie still has a lot going for it too. I got to watch probably the first movie again with the humor, but I don't think the first movie had a lot of good humor in it too and all that. But I don't know. But I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else I need to talk about here. I don't know. Oh, I guess I will say too. I do like I said, I do like the villain. I do think she's all right. She's not really a fantastic villain, but I do like that they gave her a backstory and all that. That's pretty nice. a lot of times in movies they won't give villains backstories. They'll just throw them there and all that and see what they can do. But I feel like giving her a backstory and all that and seeing how she ended up in that frozen wasteland on her island was kind of nice. Yeah, apparently it's supposed to be Eagle Island, which is where Mighty Eagle came from. Which is pretty cool, you know. But, yeah, I'm curious if there'll be humans on there or not. Because, technically, the humans basically, well, yeah, because basically in real life, there were humans on other islands and other continents, and they found birds on the island. But honestly, I don't think I would want that anyway, because that would totally kind of ruin the whole Angry Birds thing. I don't feel like Angry Birds needs humans in it. I feel like it just needs to be its own thing. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, this movie's definitely really good and all that. But I think it's definitely better than the first movie. I don't know if it got as good of a score as the first movie. I don't remember what score I gave the first movie, but this movie definitely doesn't make me as frustrating watching it as the first movie. But I don't know. But let's go ahead and, before I do let the video go, let's go ahead and talk about a comment question, because I have a comment question for this video here. Oopsie daisy. Okay, I don't know if I've answered this comment question before. I don't remember when I started doing this, but I figured, why not do it like this? But since they're making a third movie, I kind of want to wait to ask people what their favorite Angry Birds movie is, and all that. But I will say, I do want to ask this question. Like, which Angry Birds do you prefer? Like which style? Do you guys like the normal looking birds, or are these birds? And I can also go in like being 2D or 3D animation too, because there is the 2D cartoons and all that. Honestly, for me though, it's kind of hard for me to decide which ones I prefer. I don't know, I will say I prefer the animation stuff. Like, I do like the 2D animation. But for the looks of the birds, I don't know. I kind of, I will say when they first came out with the movies, the first one back in the day, I basically was looking at the trailer, these are weird looking designs, but these movies, their designs kind of grew on me a bit. I actually do like them. But I don't know, I kind of like also the simple designs too. I kind of do like them. I might go with the simpler designs. I think they look better. And they don't look awful here, but I just think they look a bit better, because otherwise they kind of look more like actual. They look more like actual, animals you would find in the wild, and all that. But I don't hate the movie's designs either. I still think they're pretty good. I actually grew on them a lot. They were a little bit weird at first, but I grew to like them, because I can kind of understand why they changed them, because they probably wanted to stand out compared to the cartoon and all that, because they don't actually talk in the cartoon, stuff. They talk in the actual movies, so I can kind of understand why they changed it to make it stand out a bit more. But I don't know. I just wish I kind of do wish they kind of did more stuff where they actually spoke more instead of it just being grunts and all that. I guess it was supposed to be more like a Tom and Jerry thing, which I can kind of understand that in the cartoons, but I like that. But I would like for them to make more stuff where they talk too, because I kind of prefer stuff like that, where I can hear the characters actually speaking. But I mean, I don't mind the cartoon. I can't really say that because I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember it being pretty funny. I don't know. Well, we'll just have to see we just have to see, kind of, see if they do anything more about this in the future. Right now, we just have the movies, so, I don't know, but I'm gonna go ahead and probably end up letting things go from here, though, so I will see you guys all later and all that, but I would like to know your guys' thoughts on, on the comment question and all that, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.